In their 7 years of marriage, they never kiss each other this much intensely. Suddenly, Yn felt something hard on her stomach. She ignored it at first, but it started becoming more harder and harder in every passing second. Yn broke the kiss and looked down, making Taehyung groan. She widened her eyes, seeing the big bulge in his pants. Yn, Taehyung, you're hard. Taehyung's whole face turned red because of embarrassment. He quickly got up from her top and looked at the other side. He placed a pillow on his lap and said in a low voice, Taehyung, I need to take a shower. Saying that he was about to go from there, but Yn stopped him, holding his wrist. Yn, it's okay, you can have me. Taehyung turned his face towards Yn and looked at her. He was staring at her for a few seconds and then spoke. Taehyung, I think you're sleepy. Yn, good night. Yn, I'm serious Taehyung, and I'm not even angry on you. We can intimate. Taehyung, no Yn, we can't. Yn, you're my husband, you have full rights on me. You can have me if you're needy. Taehyung, you're not an object Yn that I can have you or use you, you're my wife. Yn, and as a wife it's my duty to help you in this situation. Look, I'm unable to feel you, but you can feel me. I'd be happy to help you. Taehyung, then sleep peacefully without thinking much. It'd help me right now. Saying that, he went towards the bathroom. Yn looked at the ceiling and started thinking something deeply. Taehyung come out from the bathroom and saw Yn is still awake. Taehyung, why didn't you sleep yet? Yn, I was waiting for you. Taehyung, you need to sleep. I'm going. Bye. Yn, where are you going? Taehyung, at Mary's place. I live there as a paying guest. Yn, I know that already. I understood when Mary gave you and Robin a new name by mixing the old one. Taehyung, how? Yn, it's a long story. Taehyung, oh okay, then I'm going. Yn, didn't you stay here till morning every day? Then why are you living today? Taehyung, you know that too. Yn, of course I know. I know last night you slept in the living room cause I locked my bedroom door. Taehyung, you're smart. Yn, I don't think I'm. Otherwise I'd caught you way before. Now come and sleep. Taehyung climbed on the bed and laid down beside her. Taehyung, good night. Yn, night. After 5 minutes, Yn suddenly spoke. Yn, Taehyung, Yn, do you remember how old were you when we got married? Taehyung, of course I was 21 then. Yn, and now you're 28. Tell me one thing, and do you ever wanted to have sex? Don't you want to know how it would feel? Have you ever regret thinking your wife can't even do it with you? Maybe in your unconscious mind these thoughts come one day. Taehyung, Yn, Taehyung, sleep. Yn, okay. After sometimes they fall asleep. At morning, Taehyung wake up. He couldn't find Yn beside her. He looked around the room and found her combing her hairs in front of the mirror. She's all dressed up. Taehyung, are you planning to open the shop early today? Yn, no, I'm going to meet a doctor. Taehyung, what? Are you alright? He quickly removed the blanket from him and run to her. Yn, calm down. A therapist come to this town after completing his PhD from Singapore. I'm going to him to start my treatments again. Maybe he can cure me. Taehyung's face lit up. After years, she's willingly going to a doctor. She lost her hope years ago, but today, seeing her going to a doctor by herself make him happy. But, yeah, he's not sure about the doctor. How can a doctor who lives in this small town can cure his wife where the biggest doctors failed? Yn, but there's a problem. Taehyung, what? Yn, I didn't bring my previous medical reports with me. Taehyung, don't worry, I bring them. Yn, oh, so you come here all prepared. Taehyung, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Saying that, he run away, ignoring her words. After 10 minutes, Taehyung come back with the papers and his luggage. Yn, why did you bring your luggage? Taehyung, I already get caught, so there's no use to stay away for you. I will stay at your place from now on. Yn, then you have to pay me and you'll stay in another room. Taehyung, I'll pay you but won't stay in another room, get it? Taehyung, look at the doctor with suspicious gaze. He was checkingYn's reports. First, this guy is young, which means he doesn't have much experience. Second, he's handsome and his skin is glowing. When does he get time for skincare? Good doctors can barely take time for themselves. And last but not least, his chamber is so small. Suddenly the doctor spoke, still looking at the file. Doctor, don't judge the book by its cover. Taehyung widened his eyes. How did he know he was judging her? Can he read minds? Taehyung looked at the nameplate in the table where his name is written in bold letters, Dr. Jung Hoseok. The doctor looked at Y or N and spoke. Hoseok, so 7 years ago you get shoot on your waist which damage your few nerves and that is the reason of your disability. Taehyung, we already know that, tell us, can you cure it? Hoseok, no I can't. In fact no one can cure it except. Taehyung, except? Hoseok, except you, Mrs. Kim. Y or N. You are the only one who can cure yourself. Y or N. How? Hoseok, by believing yourself. You need to make your mind and heart belief that you can walk again. Otherwise no therapist, no doctor can help you. Y or N. But how can I make myself believe that it's been 7 years? Hoseok, come outside. Hoseok bring Taehyung and Y or N outside. There's a park in the opposite side of road. They went there. Hoseok, look around. YN do as he said. She saw few children are running. A mother is teaching her baby walk. Some old people are walking with the help of sticks. Couples are walking side by side. Hoseok, don't you want to stand on your legs again? YN, I do but I can't. Hoseok, you can. Y or N, you can if you try. Y or N, when? It's been years. I don't think I could ever walk again. Hoseok, disappointment is our biggest enemy. Don't be disappointed, believe yourself. Make yourself believe that you can walk again. Y or N looked at Taehyung, who's sitting beside her. They're heading back home by a cab. Y or N asked Taehyung, Y or N, do you like the therapist? Taehyung, he's fine. Y or N, I really like him. I think he can cure me. Taehyung, then I'll be forever grateful to him. He smiled and pecked YN's forehead. Y or N was making lunch when Taehyung came after taking shower. He was staring at her for some times and then pick her up in his arms. Y or N, what are you doing? Taehyung make her sit on the kitchen counter and take the spatula from her. Taehyung, I'll cook. In 2 minutes the kitchen become mess. Taehyung add 1 spoon salt on the curry and 2 spoon on the kitchen counter. Y or N scrunch her nose. Taehyung, don't worry, I'll clean it later. He tried to stir the curry but he forget that he kept the oil beside the stove. His hand hits the oil bottle and the oil fall. Y or N widen her eyes. Taehyung, I'll clean it too. Y or N, you better clean my whole kitchen. After lunch, Taehyung went to clean the kitchen. Y or N looked at her wristwatch and then looked towards the kitchen. Y or N, Taehyung, I'm going to my shop. Taehyung, no, wait for me, I'll come with you. Y or N, then hurry up. Y or N, thank you so much, ma'am. Have a nice day. The lady smiled and left from there. Y or N looked at Taehyung and found him staring at the daisy flowers sitting in a corner. Y or N went towards him and placed her hand on his shoulder. Taehyung turned his gaze towards Y or N and then slowly rested his head on her shoulder. Y or N, missing your sister. Taehyung, I didn't visit to her grave with her favorite daisy flowers for years. Do you think she's angry with me? Y or N, of course she's not. Taehyung, she was your mother and father both. Who'll understand you more than her? Taehyung, I hope so. They were so busy with each other that they failed to notice that Jin entered into the shop. Jin, hey, what are you doing with my Mrs. Kim? He shouted, making Y or N flinch. Taehyung frowned and raised his head from her shoulder. Taehyung, you're Mrs. Kim? Jin, Mrs. Kim, what are you doing with him? Y or N, I'm spending some alone time with my Mr. Kim. Taehyung smiled brightly, feeling satisfied at her answer. Y or N, meet my husband Kim. Taehyung, and he's my customer Jin. Taehyung doesn't wanted to greet him but he knows it can make Y or N angry, so he gave Jin a forced smile and forwarded his hand for a handshake. Taehyung, nice to meet you, Mr. Jin. Jin on the other hand doesn't even look at Taehyung, let alone handshake. Taehyung wait for some times and then turned his hands into a fist. His face hardened and veins of his forehead plopped out. Y or N quickly give Jin his flowers. Y or N, thank you so much sir, you may go now, she said, trying to make Jin go away from there before Taehyung placed his fist on his face. But Jin doesn't left. Jin, Mrs. Kim, I really enjoy that coffee date with you. Let's go on a date again. This time it will be dinner date. Yrn looked at Taehyung from the corner of her eyes and saw his eyes turn red in anger. She cannot make Jin go from here, but she can calm her husband's anger, so she quickly used a trick. Yrn. Taehyung, my head is spinning. Taehyung's angry face turned into a worried one in blink. Taehyung, do you want me to take you to the doctor? Yrn. No, take me home. She raised her both hands in the air with a pout. Taehyung quickly take her in his arms. Jin. Yrn, you can't leave your customer like this. Taehyung. I think you got what you wanted. You may leave now, he said while gritting his teeth. Jin. How did you know what I want? Maybe I want something else. Yrn saw Taehyung's face turn red again because of anger. Yrn. You can take whatever you want from this shop. After sometimes Mary will close the shop. Have a nice day, sir. Let's go, Taehyung. Taehyung slowly walked out with Yrn in his arms. He's still fuming in anger. Suddenly Yrn kissed on his cheeks. Yrn. You look cute in anger. His face become more red, but this time in shyness. It's been 2 weeks. Yrn is getting therapies from Hobie. She really liked him as a therapist. In this 7 years she took therapies from lots of peoples. Some were cold, some were rude, some were pervert, and some were irritating. But about Hobie, he's so friendly and cheerful. He talk with her with respect and always encourage her. Every day at evening, he come to give Yrn therapy. Taehyung is also happy at his behavior. Now because of J-Hope, their hopes are shining. Right now Yrn is sitting on the couch and Hobie is kneeling down in front of her. Taehyung is standing next to him. Hobie rotate Yn's ankle and asked, Hobie, did you feel anything? Yrn? She shake her head as no. He pull her ankle and ask again, Hobie, this time? Yrn again shake her head negatively. Hobie smile. Hobie, don't worry. It's just only 2 weeks since we started. You'll feel something soon. He stands straight and turned towards Taehyung. Hobie. Alright, Mr. Kim, I'm taking my leave for now. Taehyung nodded with a smile and they handshake. While making a flower bouquet, Yrn looked at Taehyung, who's talking with a customer with a smile. Yrn know how hard it is for him to smile in front of a stranger, but he's doing it just for his wife. No one can tell that this guy is mafia by seeing him. Taehyung is an extremely cold person. He barely smile in front of anyone. Need to mention, he was also cold with Yrn when they used to study together in same university. That time, she never saw him smiling for once, but now he smiled just for her. He smiled automatically in front of her. And nowadays she noticed there's someone else besides her who has the power of make Taehyung smile. And he's none other than Max. Taehyung really adore him a lot, and even Yrn loves him very much. Yrn chuckle, remembering his forced smile after he said Jin. Well, talking about Jin, he doesn't come to her shop after that day. Maybe he felt insulted. Yrn felt sorry for Jin, but he should at least greet Taehyung instead of ignoring him. Yrn is baking a cake as today is Max's birthday. Taehyung come to the kitchen while talking on a phone call. Taehyung, I don't know anything. Robin just bring every best item from each and every toy shop before evening. Saying that he cut the call and found Yrn staring at him. Taehyung, you want to say something? Yrn, do you think Robin is a robot? Why did you make him work so much? Taehyung, but he loves to work for me. Yrn, and why did you order so many toys? Taehyung, it's my little buddy's birthday. I want to give him the best gift, but I couldn't think of anything, so I told Robin to buy every best toy. Yrn, you'll spoil him like this. Taehyung, then what will I do? Yrn, let's take him on a vacation. Sitting on the grass, Yrn inhale the fresh air with a smile. Fluffy jump on Yn's lap, making her giggle. She started caressing his back, and soon the puppy fall asleep. Max. Oh no, and Yrn he fall asleep. Now, who will play with me? He asked with a sad pout. Taehyung ruffle his hair. Taehyung, Uncle Tae will play with you. Saying that he lifted him in his shoulder and started running here and there making Max laugh. He would be the best father. Yrn thought. Suddenly her eyes become teary. Yrn. Taehyung wake up. Taehyung. What happened? He asked in a sleepy voice. Yn, it's full moon night. Taehyung. So, Y or N? Let's go outside and enjoy it. Taehyung. Now? Y or N nodded with an excited smile. Slow wind is blowing, making their hairs move in the rhythm. Y or N shiver. Taehyung wrapped his jacket around her. Taehyung was laying in the grass and Y or N in his chest. They were silently enjoying the night with each other. Jin was sitting beside his daughter holding her hands. He's sad, extremely sad. No one sees the sadness and loneliness behind his smile. He only feel happy around his daughter and Y or N. She took a place in his heart without her knowing. Suddenly Jin saw little movement in his daughter's fingers. He quickly ran outside to call the doctor. After examining his daughter, the doctor spoke. Doctor, it's very good sign. Your daughter started responding. I think she'll wake up soon. YRN is taking therapy from Hobie regularly since 2 months. Right now she's cooking on the kitchen. Taehyung isn't home. He went to do some work. Suddenly Max come while running behind Fluffy and push Y or N accidentally. The hot spatula fall from her hand to her thigh. Y or N scream feeling the burning sensation in her skin. Max stopped in his track and looked at Y or N. Max, I'm sorry. His eyes filled with tears. He will start crying anytime. Y or N. No, Max baby, I'm extremely fine. Don't cry. Suddenly Y or N stopped realizing something. Her thigh. She felt pain in her thigh. After 7 years she's feeling her lower part. Y or N pinched her thigh hardly and felt slight pain. It's working. The treatment is working. Y or N pulled Max in her embrace and pecked his whole face. Max. And Y or N, I can't breathe. Y or N. Ops, sorry, she said and giggle making Max confused. Sitting on the couch, Y or N was talking and laughing with Max when Taehyung come. Seeing Taehyung, Max jumped down from YN's lap and run towards him, making her dress lift from above her thigh. Taehyung carried Max and walked towards the sofa. He sit next to Y or N and 3 of them started talking. Suddenly Taehyung's gaze fall on YN's exposed thigh. He noticed the red burn mark on her skin. Taehyung. Y or N, what is this? Y or N. Just a little burn, don't worry. Taehyung. Little? It's not little. Y or N, you should at least treat the wound. Taehyung run towards the room to bring ointment. He was searching inside the drawers when something caught his attention. His breath hinched seeing it. It's Youngdae's ring. Taehyung. Y or N, where did you find this? Y or N looked back at Taehyung and saw him holding Youngdae's ring. Y or N. I found it outside my house one day. Taehyung. Why didn't you tell me before? Y or N. Actually, I forget, she said while looking down. Taehyung. Y or N, how can you forget this thing? He quickly called Robin. Taehyung. Robin, come home as soon as possible. He cut the call and started applying ointment on Y's thighs. Y or N noticed fear and worry in his eyes. Y or N. Why are you thinking so much, Taehyung? You yourself told me that you killed Youngdae that night, right? Taehyung. After making him badly injured, I burned his whole house along with him. But, Y or N. But, Taehyung. But we didn't see his dead body, in fact no one does. Robin come inside while running. He was out as Taehyung sent him for some work. Robin. Is everything okay, sir? Why did you call me so urgently? Taehyung. Robin, call the guards and increase the security here right now. Robin. Note it. He dialed someone's number and after talking for few minutes he cut the call. Robin. They'll be here in morning, sir. It'll take time as they're in Australia. Taehyung. We have to be extra careful till then. I think my old enemy is back. Suddenly Taehyung received a call from Jungkook. Feeling something fishy, he quickly received the call. Taehyung. What? Okay, I'm coming. Y or N. What happened? Taehyung. Some man with gun come and forcefully take Kevin with them. Y or N. What? Oh my god, what is happening? Taehyung. It's okay, don't worry, I'll go and bring him safely. Y or N. Alone. Taehyung. Don't worry, I'll be fine. He kissed her forehead and then turned towards Robin. Taehyung. Take care of her. Robin nodded and Taehyung left from there. Max was sleeping in Yin's lap. She was caressing his hairs. Her phone buzzed. She checked the caller ID and saw an unknown number. Y or N received it immediately, thinking it might be related with Taehyung or Kevin. Jin. Y or N, it's me, Jin. Y or N. Jin. Jin. My daughter, wake up. Y or N, she wake up. She heard his happy voice from other side. From his voice she could tell that he's crying in happiness. Y or N also felt happy for Jin and his daughter. Y or N, congratulations. Jin, thank you. I called you to order all the red roses from your shop. Can you please send it to Lavender Hospital? I'll be grateful. Y or N, of course I'll. Jin, thank you so much and sorry for disturbing you. I couldn't leave my daughter alone, otherwise I'll get the flowers by myself. Y or N, no, it's okay, I'll send the flowers. Jin, can you please send them right now? Y or N, now. Jin, yes please. Y or N, okay, don't worry. Saying that, Y or N cut the call and look at Robin, who's standing in the corner of the room since Taehyung left. Y or N told him to sit many times but he doesn't listen. Y or N, Mr. Manager. Robin, yes Mrs. Kim. Y or N, can you do me a favor? Robin, Mrs. Kim, my job is to serve you, don't embarrass me like this. Y or N, okay then can you deliver some red roses to the Lavender Hospital? Robin, of course Mrs. Kim, just tell me when. Y or N, now. Robin, now? I'm sorry Mrs. Kim, I can't leave you alone now. Y or N, but Mr. Manager, it's really important. Someone's daughter wake up from coma after years. Robin, still Mrs. Kim, your safety is my first priority. Y or N, I'm safe here, don't worry. Besides, I found Taehyung's enemy's ring 2 months ago. Nothing has happened till now. Robin, still I can't. YN, Mr. Manager, please, it'll take you less than 1 hour. The hospital isn't far from here. Y or N look at him with her puppy eyes, making him sign. Robin, alright, but lock the door from inside and don't open it before checking. Y or N, sure, don't worry. After 15 minutes, Y or N heard a knock on the door. It can't be Robin, cause it's impossible to return this early. It's not even Mary, cause she never knocked. She have keys. Taehyung even went to the city. Y or N feel a little afraid. She carefully placed Max's head on the cushion from her lap. Y or N went towards the window and peeked from behind the curtains. She frowned seeing the person. Y or N, what is he doing here? Y or N was hesitating to open the door, but then she thought, why would he harm her? He doesn't have any connection with this. But still she decided not to open the door. Suddenly she noticed the door knob is twisting. It means he have keys. But how? Y or N quickly went to Max and hugged his sleeping figure tightly. She couldn't even run and hide. She was just praying. The door opened and the person walked in with a smirk on his lips. Y or N, Wah, what do you want? Taehyung tracked Kevin's phone and found his location. Taehyung went to the location and found Kevin in a small alley tied with ropes. Taehyung quickly freed Kevin from the ropes and pulled the tape from his mouth. Taehyung, why did they kidnap you? Did you do something? Kevin, no man, I don't even know them. They just come and kidnapped me and then left me here without saying anything. Taehyung frowned looking at Kevin, but soon his expression changed into a worried one. Taehyung, Kevin, it was a trap to take me away from YN. He quickly take out his phone and called Y or N. She doesn't pick up. Taehyung become more worried and called Robin. Taehyung, Robin, where's Y or N? Robin, at home. Taehyung, give her the phone. I want to talk with her. Robin, but I'm not home, boss. Mrs. Kim told me to deliver some roses on Lavender Hospital. Taehyung, shit. Taehyung saw the whole house is a mess. The front door was wide open. He ran around the whole house but couldn't find Y or N. Her wheelchair is laying on the floor. Even Max isn't here.